Good morning. I'm Dr. Jamie Campbell Naidu, President of the Association for Library Service to Children, also known as ALSC. Welcome to the 2019 announcement of the American Library Association's Youth Media Awards. It's great to be here in Seattle to share with you what has become known as the premier event for the recognition of books and media for children and young adults. I would like to welcome members of our media, publishing colleagues, and other guests. Also, thank you to the committees who had the challenge and thrill of selecting today's winners. I would also like to thank Baker & Taylor for sponsoring this year's webcast. Will those from Baker & Taylor please stand to be recognized again? For those of you watching online, especially all of the young people, children and teens watching in your libraries and classrooms or homes, we're thrilled to have you join us today. I would like to introduce someone who many of you know and I've had the pleasure of working with. She is the helm of the oldest and largest library association in the world with a membership of nearly 60,000. Please help me welcome Lourdes Garcia Febo, President of the American Library Association.
Hola! Hola, wow, this is electrifying, it's wonderful. I'm so happy to be here with you. Thank you, Jamie. It is a pleasure to be here with you all this morning. And hello, everybody out there in the live stream. In fact, among the highlights of serving as ALA president is having the unique opportunity to participate in today's announcements, as well as being among the first to know which titles and artists are voted the best of the best in materials produced for youth. Libraries, this is what happens when you are president. Libraries equal strong communities. Never has our work to advance our core values to create a more understanding and inclusive society being so dire. As leading experts and partners in learning, exploration, and inspiration, we have great challenges before us that can serve as opportunities to work to understand one another, to work together, and to celebrate our differences. Librarians and library staff lead efforts every day to strengthen communities and society by working to abolish ignorance, social injustices, and bigotry through education and lifelong learning. The ALA's commitment to fostering understanding among library users is profound, and we are working closely with our professional affiliates to generate awareness of quality, multicultural literature for youth that ALA will be announcing today during this year's Youth Media Award announcements. On behalf of the ALA and its executive board, I want to thank our YMA award committees who worked so hard to select today's recipients. Thank you. It is because of you that our libraries continue to equal strong communities. You are simply wonderful. Your hard work will assist in our goal to foster the next generation of avid readers through individual opportunity and community progress. Now, you ready? I would like to begin our announcements by revealing the winners of our Affiliate Youth Awards. Today's first award is the Asian Pacific American Award for Literature. The award promotes Asian Pacific American culture and heritage and is awarded based on literary and artistic merit. The award offers 3 youth categories, including picture book, children's literature, and young adult literature. The award is administered by the Asian Pacific American Librarians Association, APALA, an affiliate of the American Library Association. Yes, okay. Our picture book winner is Drawn Together. Written by Ming Lee, illustrated by Dan Santat, and published by Disney Hyperion, an imprint of Disney Book Group. Drawn Together is the story of a Thai American boy and his grandfather, who seemingly at first do not share many things in common. They do not speak the same language, eat the same things, or have the same tastes in television shows. And so their world together is shared with many moments of silence. One afternoon, their relationship changes over a shared love of art that eloquently captures the linguistic and cultural divides that originally separated the two. Lee's word and then Santat's art merge in a perfect blend of subtlety and exuberance to show that despite generational and cultural obstacles, we can be drawn together. Next is our children's literature category. This year's winner is Front Desk. Written by Kelly Young and published by Arthur A. Levine Books, an imprint of Scholastic Inc. Debut author Kelly Young draws from personal experience to create a humorous and poignant novel, Front Desk, centering on 10-year-old Mia, who manages a motel with her immigrant parents. Set in the 1990s, readers experience firsthand the hardships of the immigrant experience: long working hours, toiling in menial work, institutional and outright racism, in-group oppression of newer immigrants, and the need to bite one's tongue. Young's take on key social issues is compelling and translatable beyond cultural borders by giving the voiceless a voice. The themes of community, empowerment, and strength are prevalent throughout, depicting the strengths we gain from others and how a network of support can bind a community together. The 2019 winner for young adult literature is Darius the Great is Not Okay. Written by Adib Koran and published by Dial Books, an imprint of Penguin Random House, LLC. Darius is an introverted, awkward, tea-loving teenager in Portland, Oregon. He doesn't fit in at school. Students mock his Persian name, and he is probably the only kid at Chapel Hill High who knows Klingon. Darius feels like a misfit at home, too. The only things he shares with his white father are clinical depression and Star Trek nights. Plus, Darius doesn't feel Persian enough in his family, especially since his younger sister speaks more Farsi. His sense of belonging in his own skin, in his family, and as a Persian is tested on his first trip to Iran when he visits his ill grandfather. For a complete listing of Asian Pacific American Award for Literature honor titles, please visit apalaweb.org/awards/literature-awards. I would like to thank Asian Pacific American Award for Leadership co-chairs Dora Ho and Ben Vasco, and their category chairs for their hard work. Will you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Our next ALA Affiliate Award announcement is the Sidney Taylor Book Award. The Sidney Taylor Book Award is presented annually to outstanding books for children and teens that authentically portray the Jewish experience. Presented by the Association of Jewish Libraries since 1968, the award encourages the publication and widespread use of quality Judaic literature. Gold medals are presented in 3 categories: younger readers, older readers, and teen readers. Our younger readers winner is All of a Kind Family Hanukkah. By Emily Jenkins, illustrated by Paul O. Zielinski, published by Schwartz and Wade, an imprint of Random House Children's Books. In this meticulously researched Hanukkah story, based on the classic children's book All of a Kind Family, poetic language and exuberant illustrations perfectly capture the emotions of each of the iconic sisters. As they prepared latkes and celebrate the holiday on New York's Lower East Side in 1912. Next is our older readers category. This year's winner is Sweep, the story of a girl and her monster. By Jonathan Oxier, published by Amulet Books, an imprint of Abrams. Oxier masterfully weaves Jewish themes and characters into the story of Nan Sparrow, a chimney sweep in Victorian London, and her remarkable friendship with Charlie, the suit golem who saves her life. The 2019 winner for teen readers is What the Night Sings. By Vesper Stamper, illustrated by the author, published by Alfred A. Knopf, an imprint of Random House Children's Books. This beautifully illustrated novel tells the story of teen Holocaust survivor Gerta, as she struggles to reconcile her identity and desires in the wake of a tragedy. For a complete listing of Sidney Taylor Book Award, silver medalists, and notables, please visit www.sydneytaylorbookaward.org. I would like to thank Sidney Taylor Book Award Chair, Susan Kussel, and her committee for their hard work. Will you all please stand and be recognized? The American Indian Youth Literature Award. The announcements for that award also will be added to the ALA Youth Media Award announcement beginning in 2020. Yes! This award is announced in even years and established to identify and honor the very best writing and illustrations by and about American Indians. The award is administered by the American Indian Library Association, AILA, an affiliate of the American Library Association. Additional information regarding the American Indian Youth Literature Award is available at ailanet.org. I would like to recognize AILA leadership and members of the 2020 Book Awards Committee. Thank you all for your efforts, and we look forward to unveiling next year's selections. Now on with the announcement of the Schneider Family Book Awards. The Schneider Family Books Awards, donated by Dr. Catherine Schneider, honor an author and illustrator for a book that embodies an artistic expression of the disability experience for child and adolescent audiences. The award, administered by the American Library Association, is given annually for the best children's, teen, and middle school book. Recognizing the dire need for diverse books that promote understanding and dialogue, the Schneider Family Book Awards jury has added an honor title to each award category. The best young children's honor book is The Remember Balloons. Written by Jesse Oliveros, illustrated by Dana Wilkefode, and published by Simon & Schuster Books for Young Children. The best young children's book recipient is Rescue and Jessica. Rescue and Jessica, a life-changing friendship. Written by Jessica Kensky and Patrick Downs, illustrated by Scott Magoon, and published by Candlewick Press. Rescue and Jessica is the story of a loving, supportive friendship between a service dog and a girl adapting to her new life as a double amputee. Together they find possibility and purpose, inspired by the true story of Rescue and Jessica Kensky, who was injured in the 2013 Boston Marathon bombing. The best middle grade honor book is The Collectors. Written by Jacqueline West and published by Green Willow Books, an imprint of HarperCollins Publishers. The recipient of the Schneider Family Book Award for Best Middle Grades Book is The Truth, as told by Mason Bottle. Written by Leslie Connor and published by Catherine Tegen Books, an imprint of HarperCollins Publishers. Targeted by bullies, prime murder suspect Mason Bottle accepts help from the school social worker and uses voice recognition technology to tell his story in his own way. In his journey, he learns to believe in himself and uncovers the truth about his best friend's death. This year's Best Teen Honor Book is Don't Call Me Crazy. 33 voices start the conversation about mental health. I'll read this again. Don't Call Me Crazy. 33 voices start the conversation about mental health. Edited by Kelly Jensen and published by Algonquin Young Readers, an imprint of Algonquin Books of Chapel Hill, a division of Workman Publishing. Our winner for Best Teen Book is Anger is a Gift. Written by Mark Oshiro and published by Ettore Teen Book, Tom Doherty Associates. Despite suffering from severe panic attacks due to the murder of his father, high school junior Moss, with help from a loving support system of family and friends, continues to fight for justice in his Oakland community that now threatens to take so much more from him. I would like to thank award jury chair Ed Spicer and his jury for their hard work. Will you all please stand and be recognized? Our next award is the Stonewall Book Awards. Stonewall Book Awards, Mike Morgan and Larry Roman's Children's and Young Adult Literature Award. Sponsored by the Book Awards Committee of the Gay, Lesbian, Bisexual, and Transgender Roundtable, the award is given annually to English language books of exceptional merit relating to the gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender experience. 50 years ago, the most marginalized members of the queer community in New York City took to the streets to stand up to intimidation and oppression. The Stonewall riots gave spark to the national movement for LGBTQI civil rights. Today, half a century later, the Gay, Lesbian, Bisexual, and Transgender Roundtable honors their courage and names the following Mike Morgan and Larry Roman's Children's and Young Adult Award and Honor Books. The committee chose 2 honor books. They are Ivy Aberdeen's Letter to the World, written by Ashley Herring Blake and published by Little Brown and Company, a division of Hachette Book, Inc. And the second honor book, Picture Us in the Light. Written by Kelly Lloyd Gilbert and published by Hyperion, an imprint of Disney Book Group. The two winners of the 2019 Stonewall Book Awards, Mike Morgan and Larry Roman's Children's and Young Adult Literature Award. Ta-ta! I can feel the excitement in the room. So the winners are Julianne is the Mermaid. Written by Jessica Love and published by Candlewick Press. Julianne loves mermaids. After seeing some on the train, his enchantment grows. When Julianne gets home, he decides to become one. But what does his abuela think? His grandma. Fluid imagery from first page to last presents a joyful ode to individuality, body positivity, and affirmation of unconditional love. And the other winner is Hurricane Child. Written by Karen Callender and published by Scholastic Press, an imprint of Scholastic Inn. 12-year-old Caroline seems ill-fated since the moment she was born in the middle of a hurricane. Her mother disappears 11 years later, leaving Caroline feeling like a boat without an anchor. When she befriends the new girl, Kalinda, her life takes a turn for the magical and unexpected. I would like to thank Award Subcommittee Chair Kathleen Breitenbach and her subcommittee for today's selections. Will you all please stand and be recognized?
All right, thank you, Loida. Now, I would like to introduce Dr. Claudette McGlynn, Chair. Chair of the Coretta Scott King Awards Book Committee, who will announce the Coretta Scott King Book Awards. Welcome, Claudette.
This year marks the 50th anniversary of the Coretta Scott King Book Awards. Libraries across the country will host special events and programs to celebrate, commemorate, and honor Mrs. Coretta Scott King for her continuing husband's work to foster peace and unity among all people. The Coretta Scott King Book Awards Committee, a division of the American Library Association's Ethnic and Multicultural Information Exchange Roundtable, administers the award annually. Our first award is the Coretta Scott King Virginia Hamilton Award for Lifetime Achievement. The award is presented in odd years to an African American practitioner for substantial contributions through active engagement with youth using award-winning African American literature for children and/or young adults. The award is named in memory of award-winning children's author Virginia Hamilton. Hamilton wrote more than 35 books throughout her career and received numerous awards, including the Coretta Scott King Book Award, the Newbery Medal, and a host of others. The recipient of the Coretta Scott King Virginia Hamilton Award for Lifetime Achievement is Dr. Pauletta Bracey. Dr. Bracey is Professor of Library Science and Director of the Office of University Accreditation at North Carolina Central University, NCCU. She has successfully merged scholarship and service with publications such as Libraries, Literacy, and African American Youth, co-editor such as with Sandra Hughes, Hassel, and Casey H. Rawson, as well as her work with the Coretta Scott King Book Awards, and with workshops and conferences dedicated to promoting African American books for children and teens. She recently served as co-organizer for Celebrating Our Voices, Black Children's Literature Symposium and Book Festival held at NCCU. I would like to thank Awards Chair Deborah D. Taylor and the Coretta Scott King Virginia Hamilton Award for Lifetime Achievement Committee, who made today's announcement possible. Will you all stand and be recognized? Next are the Coretta Scott King Book Awards, which honors African American authors and illustrators of outstanding books for children and young adults that promote the understanding and appreciation of all people. First is the Coretta Scott King John Steptoe Award for New Talent. This year's recipient for illustrator is Uja Mora for Thank You, Oma, published by Little Brown for Young Readers. Thank You, Omu is a fresh take on a timeless tale of altruism and community mindedness. Mora's collage work is skillfully pieced together with acrylic, marker, pastels, pattern paper, and old book clippings, creating a visual smorgasbord. Mora brings to life an amalgamation of many grandmothers and captures the African spirit of generosity and community. This year's recipient for author is Tiffany D. Jackson for Monday's Not Coming, published by Catherine Teagan Books, an imprint of HarperCollins Publisher. In this timely thriller, Monday's Not Coming, Jackson examines friendship, child abuse, and family relationships. In alternating chapters, the reader is immediately pulled into the angst that Claudia feels as she struggles to piece together this fragmented tale that concludes with a mind-blowing resolution of Monday's disappearance. The committee selected 3 illustrator honor books. Laura Freeman for Hidden Figures, the story of 4 Black women and the space race, written by Margot Lee Shetterly and published by HarperCollins Children's Books, a division of HarperCollins Publishers. Frank Morrison for Let the Children March, written by Monica Clark Robinson, published by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt Publishing Company. And R. Gregory Christie for Memphis Martin and the Mountaintop, written by Alice Faye Duncan, published by Calkin Creek, an imprint of Highlights. The Coretta Scott King Illustrator Award goes to Equa Holmes. The Stuff of Stars, written by Marion Dane Bauer, and published by Candlewick Press. In The Stuff of Stars, Holmes uses hand-marbled paper and collage to create a lush explosion of color that brings to life the formation of the universe while distinctly reflecting the essence of the African diaspora. The Coretta Scott King Awards Committee chose 3 author honor books. They are Lisa Klein Ransom for Finding Langston, published by Holiday House. Varian Johnson for The Parker Inheritance, published by Arthur A. Ladine Books and imprint of Scholastic Incorporated. And Kekla Magoon for The Season of Sticks Malone, published by Wendy Lamb's Books, an imprint of Random House Children's Books, a division of Penguin Random House, LLC. I am pleased to announce the winner of this year's Coretta Scott King Author Award is Claire Hartsfield for A Few Red Drops, The Chicago Race Riot of 1919, published by Clarion Books, an imprint of Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. This is a meticulously researched exposition of the socio-economic landscape and racial tensions that led to the death of a Black teen who wanted to swim, and the violent clash that resulted. In 20 chapters, Hartfield's balanced, eye-opening account contextualizes a range of social justice issues that persist to this day. I would like to thank Sam Bloom and the Coretta Scott King jury who made today's announcement possible. Will you please stand and be recognized?
All right, thank you, Claudette. Now, I would like to introduce Crystal Martin, who is the president of the Young Adult Library Services Association. Crystal's going to announce a few awards from YALSA.
Thank you, Jamie. The mission of YALSA is to support library staff in alleviating the challenges teens face and in putting all teens, especially those with the greatest needs, on the path to successful and fulfilling lives. YALSA is the 4th largest division in the American Library Association. Now, on with the announcements of this year's Alex Awards. The Alex Awards are given to 10 books written for adults that have a special appeal to young adults ages 12 through 18, sponsored by the Margaret A. Edwards Trust and Book List, and administered by the Young Adult Library Services Association. The awards were first given annually beginning in 1998 and became an official ALA award in 2002. The awards are named after Margaret Alexander Edwards, who was called Alex by her friends. Edwards was a pioneer in young adult librarianship, working with teens for many years at the Enoch Pratt Library in Baltimore. She served as an inspiration to many librarians who served young adults. This year's 10 winning titles are The Black God's Drums by P. DeJelly Clark, published by Tor.com, an imprint of Tom Doherty Associates, a division of Macmillan. The Book of Essie by Megan McLean Weir, published by Knopf, an imprint of Random House, a division of Penguin Random House. Circe by Madeline Miller, published by Little Brown and Company, a division of Hatchet Book. Educated, a memoir by Tara Westover, published by Random House, a division of Penguin Random House. The Girl Who Smiled Beads, a story of war and what comes after, by Clementine Wamaria and Elizabeth Wheel, published by Crown Publishing Group, a division of Random House. Green by Sam Graham Felsen, published by Random House, a division of Penguin Random House. Home After Dark by David Small, illustrated by the author, published by Librite, an imprint of W.W. Norton and Company. How Long Till Black Future Month by N.K. Jemison, published by Orbit, an imprint of Hatchet Book Group. Lawn Book by Jonathan Evanson, published by Algonquin Books of Chapel Hill, a division of Workman Publishing. Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik, published by Del Rey, a division of Penguin Random House. For more information on the Alex Awards, including a list of vetted nominations, please visit ala.org/YALSA/Alex-Awards. I would like to ask Alex Chair Kaylee Olson and the members of her committee to please stand and be recognized. Thank you for making this award possible. The Margaret A. Edwards Award was established in 1988 and honors an author and specific titles by that author for significant and lasting contributions to the young adult literature. The award recognizes an author's work in helping adolescents become aware of themselves and addressing questions about their role and importance in relationships, society, and in the world. It is sponsored by School Library Journal and administered annually by YALSA. The award is named for Margaret A. Edwards, a pioneer in youth services. Through her work at the Enoch Pratt Free Library in Baltimore, Edwards demonstrated that only through literature would young adults move beyond themselves into a larger world. This year's winner of the Margaret A. Edwards Award for significant and lasting contributions to young adult literature is M.T. Anderson for Feed, The Astonishing Life of Octavian Nothing, Traitor to the Nation, Volume 1, The Pox Party, and The Astonishing Life of Octavian Nothing, Traitor to the Nation, Volume 2, The Kingdom of Waves, all published by Candlewick Press. M.T. Anderson is a powerful force in the field of literature for teens. His creativity, wit, and intelligence distinguish him and inform the body of his work, which is further notable for its artful variety, whether it be his fiercely satirical Feed or his monumental two-volume The Astonishing Life of Octavian Nothing, Traitor to the Nation. Not only is Feed a lasting success and a precursor to an explosion of YA dystopian novels, the volumes of The Astonishing Life of Octavian Nothing, Traitor to the Nation are also standout explorations of historical fiction. Anderson's work is genuinely innovative in its nimble idiosyncrasy and ingenious variety of voices, which together expand the parameters of young adult literature. The Margaret A. Edwards Award Committee is a virtual committee, but please help me in thanking Rebecca Denham and members of her committee for their effort in selecting M.T. Anderson as this year's winner. The Odyssey Award is an annual award given to the producer of the best audiobook for children or young adults available in English in the United States. The Odyssey Award is jointly administered by ULSC and YALSA, both divisions of the American Library Association, and is sponsored by Booklist magazine. The committee chose four Odyssey Honor audiobooks. They are Du Ist Tak, produced by Westwood Studio, a division of Scholastic, written by Carson Ellis and narrated by Eli Sebastian Domenico, Burton Galen and Laura Fott, Sarah Hart, Bella Higginbotham, Evelyn Hipp, and Brian Hull. Esquivel, Space Age Sound Artist, produced by Live Oak Media, written by Susan Wood and narrated by Brian Amador. The Parker Inheritance, produced by Scholastic Audiobooks, written by Varian Johnson and narrated by Sharice Booth. And The Poet X, produced by Harper Audio, an imprint of HarperCollins Publishers, written and narrated by Elizabeth Acevedo. And now, I am pleased to announce the winner of the Odyssey Award for the best audiobook produced for children or young adults is Sadie, produced by Macmillan Audio from Wednesday Books, an imprint of St. Martin's Press, written by Courtney Summers, and narrated by Rebecca Solar, Fred Berman, Dan Bittner, Gabra Zachman, and more. Part true crime podcast, part revenge road trip, Sadie is a story of a young girl as she seeks revenge for her sister's murder. The full ensemble cast brings together more than 30 voices, with Rebecca Solar authentically capturing Sadie's stutter and angry, tortured emotions, while Dan Bittner gives voice to radio journalist Wes McCrae as he tries to piece together what happened to Sadie.
Sadie herself was nowhere to be found. She still hasn't been found. After a cursory investigation, Sadie was declared a runaway by local law enforcement, and having exhausted all possible avenues available to her, Maybeth Foster reached out to me. I was her last hope. She thought maybe I could bring Sadie back home to her alive, because Sadie had to be alive. Because
I can't take another dead girl.
I would like to thank the Odyssey Award Committee for their efforts to select today's honorees. Will Odyssey Award Chair Stephanie R. Charlefour and her committee please stand and be recognized? The William C. Morris Award honors a book written for young adults by a first-time previously unpublished author. The award's namesake is William C. Morris, an influential innovator in the publishing world and an advocate for marketing books for children and young adults. William, called Bill by his friends and colleagues, left an impressive mark on the field of children's and young adult literature. He was beloved in the publishing field and the library profession for his generosity and marvelous enthusiasm for promoting literature for children and teens. The William C. Morris Award Committee selected 5 finalists in December. They are Blood, Water, Paint, written by Joey McClough, published by Dutton Books for Young Readers, an imprint of Penguin Young Readers, a division of Penguin Random House. Check Please, written and illustrated by Ngozi Ukazu, published by First Second, an imprint of Macmillan Children's Publishing Group. Children of Blood and Bone, written by Tomi Ademaye, published by Henry Holt Books, an imprint of Macmillan Children's Publishing. Darius the Great is Not Okay, written by Adib Khorram, published by Dial Books, an imprint of Penguin Young Readers, a division of Penguin Random House. And What the Night Sings, written and illustrated by Vesper Stamper, published by Knopf Books for Young Readers, an imprint of Random House Children's Books, a division of Penguin Random House. The winner of the 2019 William C. Morris Award is Darius the Great is Not Okay, written by Adib Khorram, published by Dial Books, an imprint of Penguin Young Readers, a division of Penguin Random House. Marked by depression and high school unpleasantness, Darius's lackluster existence takes an unexpected turn when he travels to Iran to meet his grandparents for the first time. There, a meaningful friendship opens up new possibilities to Darius, whose sensitive soul searching will resonate with many teens. Tickets to the presentation of the Morris Award, which will take place at 10:30 this morning at the Sheraton Seattle in the Metropolitan Ballroom, will be available at the door. All authors will be attending. I would like to thank the William C. Morris Award Committee for their efforts to select today's honorees. Will Morris Award Chair Charlie Osborne and her committee please stand and be recognized? The Excellence in Nonfiction Award honors the best nonfiction book published for young adults ages 12 to 18 each year. The award committee selected 5 award finalists in December. They are The Beloved World of Sonia Sotomayor, written by Sonia Sotomayor and published by Delacour Press, an imprint of Random House Children's Books, a division of Penguin Random House. Boots on the Ground, America's War in Vietnam, written by Elizabeth Partridge and published by Viking Books, for Young Readers, an imprint of Penguin Young Readers, a division of Penguin Random House. The Faithful Spy, Dietrich Bonhoeffer and the Plot to Kill Hitler, Written and illustrated by John Hendricks and published by Amulet Books, an imprint of Abrams. Hey Kiddo, How I Lost My Mother, Found My Father, and Dealt with Family Addiction. Written and illustrated by Jarrett J. Krasaska and published by Graphics, an imprint of Scholastic. And The Unwanted, Stories of Syrian Refugees, written and illustrated by Don Brown and published by Houghton Mifflin. The winner of the 2019 Award for Excellence in Nonfiction is The Unwanted, Stories of Syrian Refugees, written and illustrated by Don Brown, published by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. As Don Brown's carefully researched text and ashen illustrations convey, Syria's refugees are unwanted across the globe. A prolific master of the nonfiction genre brings this most current story of an ongoing humanitarian crisis to the forefront, helping teen readers thoughtfully consider the consequences of totalitarianism and displacement. Tickets will be available at the door of the YALSA Nonfiction Award presentation, which will take place at 10:30 this morning at the Sheraton Seattle in the Metropolitan Ballroom. Elizabeth Partridge, John Hendricks, Don Brown, and Jarrett J. Krasaska will attend. I would like to thank the YALSA Excellence in Nonfiction Committee for their efforts to select today's honorees. Will Nonfiction Award Chair Renee C. Lyons and her committee please stand to be recognized? Our next award is the Michael L. Prince Award for Excellence in Young Adult Literature. The award, first given in 2000, is named for the late Michael L. Prince, a Topeka, Kansas school librarian who had a passion for books and reading and a commitment to finding the right book for the right student. The award is administered annually by YALSA and is sponsored by Booklist magazine. The committee chose 3 Prince Honors books. They are Damsel by Ilana K. Arnold, published by Balzer and Bray, an imprint of HarperCollins publisher. A Heart in a Body in the World by Deb Coletti, and published by Simon Pulse, an imprint of Simon & Schuster Children's Publishing. And I, Claudia by Mary McCoy, and published by Carol Rhoda Lab, an imprint of Carol Rhoda Books, a division of Lerner Publishing Group. And now, I am pleased to announce that the winner of the Michael L. Prince Award for Excellence in Young Adult Literature is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, published by Harper Teen, an imprint of the HarperCollins Publishers. Acevedo transforms everyday language into transcendent imagery in this novel in verse about Xiomara, who struggles to come into her own power amid her restrictive upbringing. Over the course of this lyrical, expressive, and honest poems, she grows from speaking with her fists to embracing her identity as the Poet X. I would like to thank the Michael L. Prince Award Committee for their efforts to select today's honorees. And will Prince Chair Rachel Fried and her committee please stand and be recognized?
All right, thank you, Crystal. I would now like to announce the remainder of today's awards administered by the Association for Library Service to Children. The Association for Library Service to Children, also known as ALSC, is a dynamic organization dedicated to the support and enhancement of library services to all children. Our first award is the Pura Belpré Award. Which honors a Latinx writer and illustrator whose work best portrays, affirms, and celebrates the Latino cultural experience in an outstanding work of literature for children and youth. I would now like to introduce Madeline Pena Feliz, president of the National Association to Promote Library and Information Services to Latinos and Spanish-speaking, also known as Reforma, who will announce the awards in both English and Spanish.
Thank you, Jamie. It is a pleasure to be here with you today. The Pura Belpré Award is co-sponsored by ALSC and Reforma, an affiliate of the American Library Association. Reforma works to recruit bilingual and bicultural library professionals and support staff, and supports the development of library services and programs that meet the needs of the Latino community. Now on with today's announcements, which I will present in both English and Spanish. The committee chose 2 Pura Belpré honor books for illustration. El comité seleccionó 2 libros de honor Pura Belpré en la categoría de ilustración. Islandborn, ilustrado por Leo Espinosa, escrito por Junot Díaz y publicado por Dial Books for Young Readers, Penguin Young Readers Group, una división de Penguin Random House, LLC. Y When Angels Sing, The Story of Rock Legend Carlos Santana, ilustrado por José Ramírez, escrito por Michael Mahen y publicado por Athenaeum Books for Young Readers, una editorial de la división de libros infantiles de Simon & Schuster. And now, I am pleased to announce the winner of the Pura Belpré Award for Illustration. Y ahora, me complace anunciar el libro ganador del premio Pura Belpré en la categoría de ilustración. Dreamers. Escrito e ilustrado por Yuji Morales y publicado por Neil Porter Books, Holiday House Publishing, Inc. Dreamers is a tale about an immigrant mother and her son who were unable to understand and afraid to speak until they found the library. The books in the library taught them many things and gave them the confidence they needed to succeed and dream in their new country. Dreamers, soñadores, es la historia de una madre inmigrante y su hijo, incapaces de comprender y temerosos de hablar hasta que descubrieron la biblioteca. Los libros de dicha biblioteca les enseñaron muchas cosas y les dieron la confianza necesaria para triunfar y soñar en su nuevo país. The committee selected 1 Pura Belpré honor book for text. El comité seleccionó un libro de honor Pura Belpré en la categoría de narración. They Call Me Güero, a Border Kids Poems, escrito por David Bowles y publicado por 5 Press. Este año, el libro ganador del premio Pura Belpré en la categoría de narración es: This year, Pura Belpré Award for Text is The Poet X, escrito por Elizabeth Acevedo y publicado por Harper Teen, una división de HarperCollins Publishers. The Poet X is a tale about Xiomara, an unhideable Dominican who was a little too much body for such a young girl, according to Mami. As she deals with her extremely religious mother and other challenges, Xiomara writes poetry, which becomes the most freeing experience of her life. The Poet X es la historia de Xiomara, una dominicana con el don de llamar la atención de todos, quien, según Mami, tenía demasiado cuerpo para una muchacha tan joven. Al mismo tiempo que lidia con su madre extremadamente religiosa y con otros retos, Xiomara escribe poesía, algo que se convierte en la experiencia más liberadora de su vida. Will Pura Belpré Award Chair Dr. Ramona Caponegro and her committee please stand and be recognized? Thank you for your work. Gracias por su trabajo.
Thank you, Madeline. Our next award is the May Hill Arbuthnot Honor Lecture Award. Each year, an individual of distinction in the field of children's literature is chosen to deliver the Arbuthnot Honor Lecture. The lecturer prepares and presents an original paper that makes a significant contribution to children's literature. The 2020 Arbuthnot Lecturer will be delivered by Neil Gaiman. Gaiman was born in England, is a United States resident. His work has been honored with many awards internationally, including the Newbery Medal. He is credited with being one of the creators of modern comics, as well as the author whose work crosses genres and reaches audiences of all ages. Gaiman is a prolific creator of works of prose, poetry, film, journalism, comics, song lyrics, drama, and a vocal defender of the right to read. Will the May Hill Arbuthnot Honor Lecturer Award Chair, Lisa Von Drasek, and her committee please stand and be recognized? Thank you for your work. Next is the Mildred L. Batchelder Award, which honors an American publisher of the most outstanding title, originally published in a language other than English, in a country other than the United States, and subsequently translated into English for publication in the United States. There are 4 Batchelder honor books. This year's honor books are Run for Your Life, published by Yonder, an imprint of Restless Books Incorporated, written by Silvani Gandolfi and translated by Lynn Sharon Swartz. My Beijing, 4 Stories of Everyday Wonder, published by Graphic Universe, a division of Lerner Publishing Group Incorporated, written by Ni Shun, illustrated by Ni Shun, and translated by Edward Gavin. Next, Edison, The Mystery of the Missing Mouse Treasure, published by North-South Books, written and illustrated by Torben Kuhlman, and translated by David Henry Wilson. And Jerome by Heart, published by Enchanted Lion Books, written by Thomas Scotto, illustrated by Olivier Talek, and translated by Claudia, Zoe Bedrick, and Karen Snelson. This year's Mildred L. Batchelder Award goes to The Fox on the Swing, published by Timms and Hudson, written by Evelina Dashote, and illustrated by Ozro Quidulate, and translated by the Translation Bureau. Originally published in 2016, this book tells a story of Paul, who lives a fairly ordinary life with his parents, but whose routine is interrupted by a moody and deep-thinking fox who challenges Paul's perspective on happiness and predictability. His friendship with the fox vacillates between moments of whimsy and philosophical ponderings in this exceptional picture book. Will the Mildred L. Batchelder Award Chair, Tessa Mikkelsen-Schmidt, and her award committee please stand and be recognized? Thank you for your work. I would now like to present the Robert F. Seibert Medal. The Seibert Medal honors the author and illustrator of the most distinguished informational book for children. Informational books are defined as those written and illustrated to present, organize, and interpret documentable, factual material for children. The award is named to commemorate Robert F. Seibert, founder of Bound to Stay Bound Books. The committee chose 5 Seibert Honor books. Camp Panda, Helping Cubs Return to the Wild, written by Catherine Dimmish and published by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. Spooked, How a Radio Broadcast in the War of the Worlds Sparked the 1938 Invasion of America, It's written by Gail Jarrow and published by Calkins Creek, an imprint of Highlights. The Unwanted Stories of the Syrian Refugees, written and illustrated by Don Brown and published by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. We Are Grateful, O Jali Haile Ka, written by Tracy Sorrell, illustrated by Frane Lisek, and published by Charles Bridge. And When Angels Sing, the story of the rock legend Carlos Santana, written by Michael Mayen, illustrated by Jose Ramirez, and published by Athenaeum Books for Young Readers, an imprint of Simon & Schuster Children's Publishing. And now, I am pleased to announce the winner of the Robert F. Seibert Medal for the most distinguished informational book. It is The Girl Who Drew Butterflies: How Miriam Marion's Art Changed Science. Written by Joyce Sidman and published by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. Using color reproductions of the subject's own artwork and journal entries, Sidman's chronicles the remarkable contributions of Maria Marion, a 17th century self-taught artist, pioneering entomologist, and naturalist, and the first person to document the metamorphosis of the butterfly. Will Robert F. Seibert Medal Chair Kathy Durombeck and her committee please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your work. Now, new to this year's announcement is the Excellence in Early Learning Digital Media Award. It is given to the producer of the most distinguished digital media for an early learning audience, produced in the United States during the preceding year. The committee selected 2 Excellence in Early Learning Digital Media honor recipients: Coral Reef, produced by Tiny Bop Incorporated, and Lexi's World, produced by Pop 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 LLC. The winner of the Excellence in Early Learning Digital Media Award is Play and Learn Science, produced by PBS Kids. Children develop problem-solving skills by experimenting with water, weather, and physics, and light in a digital environment. Caregivers are encouraged to play and discover alongside a child through co-learning prompts and suggested real-world investigations. Open-ended activities allow for engaging exploration and promote a growth mindset. Will the Excellence in Early Learning Digital Media Award Chair, Mary Cooner, and members of her committee please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your work. Next, the Children's Literature Legacy Award, which honors an author or illustrator whose books published in the United States have made, over a period of years, a substantial and lasting contribution to literature for children and young adults, and demonstrates integrity and respect for all children's lives and experiences. This year's recipient is Walter Dean Myers. Myers was born in West Virginia in 1937. He was raised in Harlem, where he found solace in books. And after serving the U.S. Army, he began writing in the 1960s, eventually publishing more than 100 titles for young people. He lived with his family for many years in Jersey City, New Jersey, often collaborating on creating books with his son, Christopher. Walter Dean Myers died in 2014. Will the Children's Literature Legacy Award Chair, Andrew Medlar, and the members of his committee please stand and be recognized. All right, on to the next award. which is the Theodore Zeus Geisel Award. The Geisel Award honors the author and illustrator of a book for beginning readers who demonstrate great creativity and imagination in their literary and artistic achievements to engage children in reading. The award is named for world-renowned children's author Theodore Geisel, aka Dr. Zeus. The award committee has selected 4 Geisel honor books. This year's books are The Adventures of Otto, See Pip Flap, written and illustrated by David Milgram, published by Simon Spotlight, an imprint of Simon & Schuster Children's Publishing. Fox plus Chick, The Party and Other Stories, written and illustrated by Sergio Ruzzier and published by Chronicle Books, LLC. King and Kayla, In the Case of the Lost Tooth, written by Dory Hillstead Butler, illustrated by Nancy Myers, and published by PhD Publishers. And the 4th, Tiger versus Nightmare, written and illustrated by Emily Teatree and published by First Second, an imprint of Roaring Book Press, a division of Holtzbrink Publishing Holdings Limited Partnership. This year's Theodore Zeus Geisel Award goes to Fox the Tiger, written and illustrated by Corey Tabor and published by Balzer Bray, an imprint of HarperCollins Publishing. Tigers are the best, or so thinks Fox. With a big imagination and a little bit of paint, he transforms into a growling, prowling tiger. Pencil, watercolor, and crayon illustrations capture the beguiling humor of this entertaining story of friendship and self-acceptance. Tabor's tale for emerging readers is easily navigable, just like Fox himself, speedy and clever. Will the Theodore Zeus Geisel Award Chair, Sarah Stipich, and the members of her committee please stand and be recognized. Thank you so much for your work. And now, for the announcement of the oldest and most widely known awards, the Caldecott and Newbery Awards. The first award is the Caldecott Award. It was first awarded in 1938 in honor of the 19th century English illustrator Randolph Caldecott. It is awarded to the artist of the most distinguished American picture book for children published during the previous year. The committee has chosen 4 Caldecott honor books. They are Alma and How She Got Her Name, illustrated and written by Juana Martinez-Neal and published by Candlewick Press. A Big Moon Cake for Little Star, illustrated and written by Grace Len and published by Little Brown and Company, a division of Hachette Book Group Incorporated. The Rough Patch, illustrated and written by Brian Lees and published by Green Willow Books, an imprint of HarperCollins Publishers. And number 4, Thank You, Amu, illustrated and written by Oge Mora and published by Little Brown and Company, a division of Hachette Book Group Incorporated. All right, are you ready? You've been ready, right? All right, so this year's winner of the Randolph Caldecott Medal for Outstanding Illustration of Children's Books is Hello Lighthouse. Illustrated and written by Sophie Blackle, published by Little Brown Company, a division of Hachette Book Group. Masterful ink and watercolor illustrations illuminate the story of a lighthouse and the family inside. Stunning images of the lighthouse in all kinds of weather alternate with views of intimate interior detail and circular motifs. Blackwell's skill with composition, line, and close attention to detail have created an exquisite book. Will the Randolph-Cowdock Committee Medal Chair, Mary Fellows, and her committee please stand and be recognized? For those of you that are watching this from a distance, they all had pointy hats that were lighthouses. All right, finally, the John Newbery Medal. First awarded in 1922 and named after 18th century British bookseller John Newbery, this medal is awarded annually to the author of the most distinguished book for children published during the previous year. 2 titles have been named honor books. The first one is The Night Diary. Written by Vera Hiranandani and published by Dow Books for Young Readers, Penguin Young Readers Group, an imprint of Penguin Random House, LLC. And The Book of Boy, written by Catherine Gilbert Murdoch, illustrated by Ian Shawner, and published by Green Willow Books, an imprint of HarperCollins Publishers. And now, the winner of this year's John Newbery Medal for the year's most distinguished contribution to American literature for children is Mercy Suarez, Changes Gears. Written by Meg Medina. Published by Candlewick Press. Using humor and grace, Mercy, a charming and plucky protagonist, cycles through life's challenges with the support of her intergenerational family. This richly nuanced novel tackles the complexity of navigating a multicultural identity amidst changing family dynamics. Will the John Newbery Chair, Ellen Riordan, and her committee please stand and be recognized? Thank you for your work. And thank all of you very much for your work and for attending today. I want to again thank all the committees and their chairs for making today's announcements possible. We could not have done it without you, so congratulations to all of you, all of our winners. A very job well done. This year's press release and listing of today's winners will be posted on our webcast platform immediately after our announcements and featured in today's issues of Cognotes. For more detailed information regarding today's winners, please visit ALA Youth Media Awards webpage at ala.org/YMA. Thank you all.